Welcome to the Growth Matrix, the only system built to help you and see you grow. Obviously, it's based on an endless series whereby we produce episodes whereby you can learn valuable information from the young people and the young minds, and also to be inspired to take action. So, with me today, I have a guest. I have a crypto nerd. Crypto nerd. I have the one and only Mr. Zane Finn. Are you gonna introduce yourself, brother man, thoroughly? But this one is my friend, a crypto guy. He's the one who actually put me into crypto, taught me a lot about crypto, made a lot of money from crypto, not millions, but for his age, he made well off in terms of crypto markets, extracting the profits, and also a founder of Orange Army Clothing Inc., which is a brand since we are students in the University of Johannesburg. So it's like the best ever jacket or hoodie brand, if I can call it that, to be ever initiated in the University of Johannesburg. I'm going to put the pictures of it. But other than that, this is our guest today, and there's a lot we are going to learn. So we can start by you just telling us more about yourself. Who are you? Where are you from? What inspired you to start your journey in crypto? What is the not the largest amount you've made in crypto? If you're comfortable with saying it, you can say it. But just like, what was the turning point for you in the crypto markets? Obviously, you do day trading now, but initially you started with crypto investing. I initially started with day trading. So it's like a swapping thing. Yeah.
Always, brother man. Thank you for the opportunity. I think brother man has introduced me. My name is Zane Finn, all the way from Mpangeni. Been in the crypto journey for some time, all the way back in 2022. So I'll have to start with where everything started out in terms of my crypto journey, moving on to how I started trading and everything. So taking it back in 2022, I first heard of crypto through a radio station. I think by now it's no longer operating, but it was a local radio station in Pangeni. I think it was UYFM. So every Thursday there would be this guy. I wouldn't call him a guy, but Ubawa Jotlon Pegele is very old. I think Mr. Dean Panza. I met. It's a very funny story. But then he used to talk every Thursday afternoon, and I would make sure I would listen because he always talks about crypto. He was urging people to learn about cryptocurrencies, since in our black community, like crypto is not much of a thing. In that manner. But then he would talk about how crypto is and what it is, how one can get started in terms of investing. Because initially I thought maybe if someone was to buy Bitcoin, I'm like, okay, how do you buy Bitcoin? Is it like, do you get like a physical token? Because initially that's what I thought. But then I managed to get his number because he would leave like my contact details like towards the end of the show. And I would take down my contacts. And then I contacted contactor, and then from there he plugged me to my classes. So it's called Crypto Smart Nation. It was like an organization of his own whereby he teaches people, especially our black community, how to get started with cryptocurrencies. So I reached out to him. I started my crypto journey, Crypto Smart Nation, shout out. It's there on Instagram. I think they're still around there, but yeah, Crypto Smart Nation. I was plugged into the first class, which was called Level 1, whereby you taught how to deposit email into altcoin trader to buy Bitcoin, because people, they've been scammed people. Someone will tell you they'll buy Bitcoin for you and you can make this amount of money, of which it was unrealistic gains. So the guy who would teach us how to get started, you buy crypto yourself, in that exchange wallet, which was altcoin trader at that time. I think it's still around there, Futnakon. So I got started in my crypto journey. I first made the deposit 100 rand. I remember very well. I tried it. Can you imagine, man? Like I found it insane. You can buy Bitcoin with $100, and meanwhile at the time I think it was around, I don't know, 60. I think it was around. I'm not sure, but around 2022, the price of Bitcoin was still quite relatively low. Yeah, around 30,000 USD, which was relatively low at the time. Most people Buga So I got to start with the Bitcoin. At that time, Shiba Inu was a big thing. When the entire market was going wild in terms of purchasing Shiba Inu. I remember very well, I bought Shiba Inu and I got $200, and I managed to flip that to about 1,000 in a matter of a week, which was insane. Uh, Considering I was doing grade 10 at the time, that was a lot of money for someone who's still going to school. 1,000 rand, and my mom used to be like, "Hey, keep a take it out," you know. It was a ham. I'm like, it's okay, I don't mind, you know. So I got to move to level 2, Crypto Smart Nation. Yeah, that's where things started getting hectic. Now you're getting introduced to how like smart contracts work, how to move money between exchange wallets, you know, working with the blockchain, understanding how a blockchain works. So I got to learn about those stuff, which was really interesting because I remember very well. This thing was a scam, so I was introduced to something, a smart contract. It was Tron Vest at that time. I didn't know about these things. I think it was a pyramid scheme because at the end we lost money on that. But it was quite a good lesson I learned from that. Meaning, Nano Guti, I didn't take part in it because of something that happened in between towards me investing in that. So what happened was we were using a clever wallet. So that's what wallet CBC savings at the time to buy these these not smart money contracts, to buy these contracts for making money. So I transferred. I remember it was, I think, around $300 worth of Tron. I'm sure you're aware of it. TRX. So I transferred it. I copied the wrong address, and the Maliam Yatu. So I reached out to Mr. D at the time, like I'm panicking because grade 10, man, 300 is a lot of money, and the Mali which you save for a very long time, meaning you're getting like 10 rand per day, or even you don't even get it sometimes. So you have to save up to reach a later amount. So I lost that amount of money, which was crazy. you know. I reached out to Mr. D and he managed to help me, meaning Guti, he had to refund me, but the money was already lost because in most sevens blockchains, Imali always gets lost, man, if you make the wrong move. So moving forward, I moved to level 3. Level 3, that's where you learn about how to invest long term in the crypto markets, working with stable coins. And there's also, like, they introduced the concepts of, not really a concept, but decentralized platforms whereby whereby you can store Imaliako without having to fill out the KYC. So from there, my classes, they ended. From there, you just on your own, you do your own research. And then that's where everything started out. Crypto was a very big thing at that time because I remember it was during the spike of the COVID. So COVID, the market crashed and then it returned, like it was a huge bullish move. So I did manage to make some money on that, which was really good at that time, But currently, right now, we are about to see another altcoin run, which we take it back to 2022, where we had that rally. So in the crypto markets, that's how things have been. Brother man, I think if we were to move on to the trading part, how I got started into trading. So trading, I used to have friends around me who used to trade. And I wasn't really interested at the time. I was like, I just want to do crypto. That is it. Back in 2022. I met a lot of guys, Lemsky one of the guys I met there. He told me some crazy stories about how much they've made in trading. That's where my interest got sparked. So what he told me basically, so he was trading with a group of friends where they managed to turn a 20K into around 100 and something thousand. So he mentioned Uti for the very first time in his life, he went to a Pagate bank in Capitec to withdraw, to split the profits with the gents. That is where I got this interest into the trading game. So I was like, okay, these guys are really making some heavy money out there. So I got started out in trading. But then, brother man, that is how my journey has been.
Brother man, I have to salute you, man. I know we talk all the time, but I have to salute you for everything that you've stated, the value which you proposed and also gave to the people that are watching this episode. These are the kind of people you never see trending on social media, because believe you me, those people trending on social media, flexing and all of that, and most of them are scams. They are in the business of buying you because you are the product. So be careful in terms of the information you get from people. But the question I want to ask, brother man, you talked about the training you received from the gentleman you talked about. So I just want to ask the question that, did you pay any money for that training? If yes, do you regret paying that money or are you grateful? If no, do you feel bad about not paying someone because they offered you some valuable information? So I want to know, how do you feel about that whole concept of you having to pay money to someone whom you believe is more experienced and they can give you valuable information in terms of how to survive in the crypto investing journey and all of that?
Okay. Taking it into the Crypto Smart Nation. Crypto Smart Nation is free. At that time, it was still free, and I think it is still free today. So when I got started in the crypto journey, I didn't pay any money. It was just purely out of interest, Nakona. I think it was due to Nakona being for it to be free. He just wanted to give back to the community, to raise awareness amongst Black people on how crypto is, of this new system in terms of money. So I think that if it's not fair that I got it for free, even though it is a bit fair, he wanted to, raise awareness amongst our Black community. I would like to give back, at some point in time, especially amongst to that gentleman who was teaching me at the time, Mr. Dean Panza. I would really love to give back later as time goes on, because he taught me very valuable things I wouldn't be aware of, in terms of the crypto journey, getting started, which was a crazy thing. It's very easy to like say Uguti crypto is a scam when you haven't seen the results or haven't had someone to guide you through it. So it's very easy to get lost. Google, social media, people posting things, you might end up buying the wrong things. So with the guidance, I was able to navigate through all of that, understand how the crypto market works. And in terms of the cycles, the crypto markets moves in cycles. So I got to learn about all of those things, through him. And currently, right now, I'm just moving on my own. So I had to detach from Crypto Smart Nation to kind of grow myself, to expand my knowledge in the crypto space. So yeah, brother man.
Okay. Right now I'm curious. Just want to ask you a very intriguing question, because there are people watching this. But man, me, I trust you. I always tell you, he's this not because he's my friend. He's one of the most reliable people I've ever met. This guy, what I like the most about him is that he's humble. Yeah, by the way he's dressed, you can see how chilled he is. I like to dress formal as well, but I had to come casual just so I can match his vibe and everything. And I'm not sure if you're comfortable with me mentioning the numbers.
The numbers,
yeah, the money and all of that.
Okay.
It's up to you though, but I don't want to dive into that. The reason why I'm saying or asking about that is because I want to bring up the topic of you buying Solana and holding it. Okay. And the topic of us, you remember, I think it was 2 weeks ago, we were sitting right here, Ethereum, it's the new all-time high, and then you check the portfolio, I think you had about 3K, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and then there's just one wallet, and you have countless wallets. On the other side, you're running the UJ brand jacket, which I'm sure you've made already over $10,000. Meaning that, hypothetically speaking, money-wise, you're even ahead of me. But as humble as you are, but man, that's the reason why I like you. For your character and all of that. So I just when I'm asking about the numbers, it's because of all of those factors. I want you to tell us about your experience in buying Solana, Ethereum, and all of that, holding it. You once told me about opening a wallet for your sister. Yeah. So if you don't mind, you can bring that up, and even bring up the fact that you started a business at the University of Johannesburg, whereby it's making you a lot of money right now.
Always better, man. Thank you very much for for mentioning my numbers, which is crazy, man. Okay, I don't really talk the numbers a lot, because that's one of the lessons I learned from my mentor in the crypto space. He didn't share how much he was putting or rather investing in certain coins. He would just share the information and be like, do your due diligence, Lapo, and then everything's just on you. So the numbers, he wouldn't show them quite a lot. So taking into Solana, Solana was a very nice move, man. I think currently we're sitting at around 200 and something USD in terms, or just one Solana. Yeah. So I started buying it while it was still around 30 something USD. And I had to ride the entire wave all the way to all-time high, where that's where I started to sell everything. You know, that was the nicest move I've ever caught. You know, in terms of the crypto space. Not to mention ngayikhohlwa le Shiba Inu back in 2022. That was the best move, but then ukuthi I was investing little money, you know, just minimum, you know, was what I could afford at the time. You know, I have multiple wallets in the crypto, man. I mean, cannot just have your eggs in one basket. I mean, it's part of the Bible. It also says that you cannot invest in just one thing. It's basically the concept behind it, you know. So I also managed to opened a crypto wallet for my little sister. Shout out to Bundy. So, so I opened a crypto wallet for my little sister because I feel like in the near future we're gonna be moving, into the crypto space a lot, man. In terms of money-wise, how money has been evolving, you know. So I opened the wallets for her as Utigube a birthday surprise, or rather a present for her on her 18th birthday, right?
If she sees this, it's no longer a present.
No, it's no longer. She's not gonna see it. I know. She won't see it. So it's gonna be a present for her on her 18th birthday. Currently, she's still around 7, so there's still a long way to go. You know, so that's how much I believe in crypto. You know, long term wise, to a point where I had to open a wallet for my little sister. So moving on to how everything I've started, like in terms of my I don't want to call it my brand, but rather a small company of mine, you know. So basically, I'd seen like an open market in AUJ where I noticed Uguti, the entire merch thing was not the best thing you could ever, you know, try. In terms of you wear your hoodies, your jackets, I'd noticed it's always the same thing. You'd see someone wearing like a hoodie with a huge logo. It doesn't even look nice. I won't lie. Imagine someone, man, like it's not professional. So what I saw, it was a market, an opportunity to extract money. Seeing how UJ has also been lurking in terms of their merch. You know, they do have a store, but then they don't have the best stuff in terms of its design and everything. So I saw an open market lapo, was like, okay, what if I could come up with something that people are going to love most definitely? Nanoguti, if they wear it, they feel comfortable. You know, when you wear it with pride. I mean, I'm a UJ student or something like that. So I saw like something, it was like a vision for me. So what if I could come up with something, a dress whereby, not really a dress, but a jacket or anything that's going to represent UJ to a point where someone might go in on the streets, they will feel, okay, I'm wearing a UJ merch. You know, I have the pride. Not the type of pride you think of, but like I take pride in wearing this. You know, I'm actually comfortable, streetwise and everything. So I saw an open market lap. I was like, let me start something like this. So I established Orange Army Clothing. We have an Instagram page which is currently running. Not a lot of followers, but we do have a lot of reach outs. People are aware of it, you know. So that's where I started the Orange Army Clothing Inc. So I started with the design during December. I'd already had the vision or the idea. I was like, let me just do it. Let me take the risk. So I went with my design. I had to find something unique that represents UJ. That's where I came with the logo, with like a fish eagle. That's where I came up with that logo. So I had to find my suppliers, people I'm gonna be working with. That's why I had to work with a certain company as a Pretoria, you know. So the whole idea behind this was to just make sure that people are proud of what they wear, you know, and all that stuff. Where was I going with this? So I wanted to mention something very important. So
the numbers.
The numbers game. Oh yeah, the numbers. Thank you very much, brother man. So towards the start of Unyaga 2025, I was determined to start this project of mine with the aim of raising capital. Yes, there was like the back end of it, but then the whole aim I was pushing is to make sure that people are comfortable with what they're wearing. So the plan to like start this entire thing, because I didn't have capital at the time, I couldn't just extract money from my investments. I don't want to disturb that. So what I came up with, I was like, okay, I know that during the start of the year we get this book allowance NSFAS, and I'm gonna make use of it. If I lose it, it's okay. That's what I told myself. Because I remember when I first made that deposit to the company that I'm working with, they said I should put 70% down, down payment for it. And that was not nice, brother, man. I had to look at myself in the mirror. I'm like, Zane, you have to do this. You have to do it. It's okay if you lose it. You still got a lot of way to go, man. Losing this amount, it's okay. So that's what I told myself. I made that payment. That same day, it wasn't nice, man. Seeing your bank balance go from a certain amount to that low, it wasn't nice, man. So the book allowance and the first payment ended fast, and half of the next payment, that's what went through to this project of mine, which was really crazy. Having known Wuti, anything could happen, So, because I remember I even made a survey just to make sure that I have people who are aware of it and maybe they might buy into the idea. I took a survey, people were taking part in them. I think I had like 100 and something people who took part in the surveys. And to tell you what, the hardest thing that happened is that only one person out of the 100 and something people bought one of the jackets. The rest of the sales that I had were just people who were like, hey, I like this, I want to buy it. Or maybe, because I also did promos, where people got to see the brand. At that time, I had already had the stock with me, so I was like, okay, these things need to be sold out. If I don't sell them out, that means they lost. What am I going to do with these jackets? So they have to sell out. So I had to come up with a strategy for that. That's where I had to work with people, people like you, man. I mean, you're also part of it, and I appreciate that. So I had to work with certain people to promote it for me, to create like these promo videos, so that they can circulate around. So that's the way I could raise the awareness of them. And I remember towards the last week of July, that's where I saw a spike in sales, which was insane. Like I couldn't believe it, man. Like I'd closed 3 sales in just one day, which was the first thing in my life that has ever happened. It's like insane. I mean, I was being humble now, brother, man, at that time, delivering the jackets. It was insane. I would close certain sales. Remember the one where we went to Richmond? That other girl ended up buying it just because she saw her friend buying it. That was insane, man. I won't lie. That was insane, man. That was insane. That was probably one of the toughest things I've ever experienced in this project of mine, and I'm glad you were there to help me out, brother, man. So the last week of July, that's where I saw spikes in sales. That was insane. I'm like, okay, I couldn't even sleep at that day. Like the dopamine hits, I could tell my brain is running wild, due to the amount of money I'd made in just a single day. The sales I've closed. That was insane, brother, man. I won't lie. But then overall, I think that was the best decision I've ever taken, because ever since I had made that payment, that hard payment, that 70%, I had to settle down with the company before I could proceed with anything. I'm glad I did that, because it opened, I don't know. You see, when it comes to taking a risk, it's very hard, man. There's a certain barrier in our parts when you're like, I don't want to do this. It's so uncomfortable, man. It is not comfortable at all. So having overcome Leo barrier, it has allowed me to, no matter what if I take a risk, it's okay. If I lose, sharp. Then I learn there's a lesson behind everything. If I don't learn anything from that, then it's pointless. Yeah, bro.
Mindset.
That was insane, brother, man. I won't lie. I think that was one of the biggest things I've learned. Because I remember I had a talk with my cousin, Asanda, shout out to her. I was like, Asanda, hey, you know what? This project of mine, I don't think I want to continue with it. She was like, why? Because this is a great thing. I'm like, okay, yeah, I know it's a great thing, but then I think I've got what I needed from it. The ability to take a risk when there's uncertainty. You're not certain about it. There's a Wednesday.
It's okay.
You see, man, when nothing is certain at that point, you have to like pushing through it. That was like the best thing engiyithandile about this project of mine. Like, besides the money part, I was okay with that. I was like, okay, I made money, it's okay. But the one thing I really liked, it was me having to overcome that uncertainty, that period of uncertainty. Because I won't lie, brother, man, there was a time where I was like, is this actually gonna work? As I call them my jackets, I have the jackets with me. I'm like, what am I gonna do with these if they don't sell out? That was the hardest period, man. But then I had to navigate through that, man. But overall, that was like the best thing, man. Besides the money part, but having to move through uncertainty, that was like the best thing, man. Like, in terms of my lessons and wafundile. Yeah.
Hey, brother, man, you cooked big time. In fact, it's my first time hearing you speaking and pouring yourself out this way. And there's a lot that I'm learning from you as well, brother, man, in terms of character, the mindset, and everything. And I just want you to know that you are appreciated. I know people watching this are hungry for more. There's something that is telling me that people are hungry for more, but I might spare maybe 5 minutes or something like that. What was in my mind again? Or in terms of the risk-taking part, you reminded me of some of the decisions I made also when I received the book allowance, that over 60% of it, I invested it, brother, man. And I was left with like almost nothing. And I only did that. You remember that I got my book allowance and my NSFAS allowance later than you. So I was inspired by you to take such decisions that I made. And even right now, there are times whereby I'm like broke. Like, I feel like there's nothing. I look at my shelf, like there's no food. But then when I go to my portfolios, I'm like, I'm like, okay, I might be broke cash-wise, but at least I got something invested. But I mean, so that's what I appreciate about that kind of mindset you're also portraying. And I wish that many people can also learn from you, the ability to take the risk, and most importantly, the ability to be resilient when everyone is doubting that you are ever going to make it. And just to make something clear, you don't have to be famous to make money. This guy is the perfect example. I mean, not to say it in a bad way, but literally very few people know you at UJ, that you exist. But yet, I'm sure that you pulled a business plan which has made money than most people ever made in the University of Johannesburg. So you don't need to be famous to make money or anything like that. You just need to have the right mentality and also the ability to solve the problem, because that is very important. You start the business by looking out for a problem. You don't start with the product, you start with the problem. You come up with a solution and then you make a business around that solution. So I appreciate everything you've stated, but man, I'm not sure if you'd want me to maybe leave your number. Maybe some people can come to you for advice or anything like that. It's up to you though. Please be honest.
Okay, it's okay.
It's okay. All right, I will leave his number right now on the screen there. People, obviously, maybe some are going to come to you for advice or anything. But just lastly, before we close the episode, I just want you to give an advice to anyone who's watching this video. What is it that they can learn and implement, or just any general advice, Paraman? And also, this is very interesting because there's a possibility that maybe 10 to 20 people are going to come to you seeking for something. And I don't want it to be like maybe they are taking advantage simply because you are a very good guy, who's trying to just make it. So if it means you have to put a price on it, you can put a price on it. But if you don't feel like doing it, then also you don't feel like doing it. I just don't want to put you in a situation whereby maybe the video gets 1,000 views and all of those people, they are flooding your inbox. And now you got to compromise your time to accommodate them as much as we do want to help. So just on that, you can just give people an advice, and also if they need help about anything, how can they approach you in those terms? You can even say, leave an email. Maybe they can write you an email that I need this and that and that and that.
That could work.
All right. But
as to advice, brother man, I think I've said this before on some of our webinars we've hosted, of whereby the things we have learned, in that FX Pro event. I'll always go back to
FX Pro.
Salute, FX Pro. So that's where I learned certain things, man, like a lot of things. And also that Xness event, that's where I got this lesson from. Kojo FX. He's Kojo. He's a big time forex trader in Dubai, by the way. So he So when I approached him, he was a very good guy. Uh, he's approachable, not like one of those celebrities where you can't even get close to him. So I had a chance to approach him, and I was like, "Hey, Kojo, since you're leaving, going back to Dubai, so we had met in that Exness event. Leave me with one thing that's going to move with me even through certain periods where I'm like uncertain about certain things, you know." So I gave him like a notepad to like give me like an autograph, and then that whatever phrase he's gonna give, you know, that's going to help me through certain things. So what he wrote down there was like, that's a very crazy one, brother man. He said, "Find your own truth and always stay true to yourself," which was one of the biggest things that I still, to this day, I still go back to it. You know, whenever there's uncertainty, in whatever aspect of your life, whether it's relationship wise, people giving you advice or anything, financial wise, spiritual wise, but I think spiritual wise, you have to refer mostly to the Bible, you know. Even for everything, I mean, the Bible is just the one thing that you can always refer to. So finding your own truth, man, and always staying true to yourself. I think it's one of the things I could give out there. To me, I found that very valuable to a point where I even have it on my phone, you know, as a wallpaper. So that whenever I get like a period of like uncertainty or confusion, I'm like, there's a lot of noise out there in the world. You know, there's a lot of noise. So if you actually pursue your own truth, making sure that you abide by the Bible, because that's the ultimate book that has ever been, you know, for humans. So finding your own truth and staying true to yourself, it's one of the things I could give out. And in terms of people wanting to reach out to me, I think I'll leave my email down below, so that you can reach out. You know, you can send me an email. I always go through my email, so you don't have to worry about me not reading it. I take my emails very seriously. So yeah.
Thank you very much, brother man, Mr. Zane. Again, I appreciate you. And to everyone who's watching the episode, this is the Growth Matrix, the only system designed to see you evolve and grow. We're gonna see you on the next episode. Salute.